Well, thank you, Rebecca. Thank you to the compañeros from the people from here. We call it pueblos originarios, and it's like something like natives, people, something like this. Okay. First of all, I wanted to thank you because I arrived on Friday and I have been learning about, a lot from you, a lot of different experiences that you have been working on since, I don't know, maybe 10 years or something more here in Madison, so thank you very much. Of course, English is not my mother language, so I hope you will get the message, but if you don't, it's my fault, so sorry. So I will try to do in 10 minutes. Gabi, could you give me that thing? Because I don't want to take time from others. Because so I will try to debate with you and bring some ideas about what is the situation now in Argentina after 15 years of our big financial and economical crisis in 2001. But I wanted to talk not about the problems at the local level, if you want, or to talk about particular cases. I want to talk about the whole picture. Because I think, and we think with Gabi and with Rebecca also, and Adam, I see him, that it's important to see that the actual situation in your country with, I can say his name? 45. So the idea is that we have now a very similar president, yeah, that is called Macri. We can say his name here. But I think, and we think from the social movement and from the cooperative movement, that it is not about votes, it's not only about political system, it's how world capitalism works. So we wanted to share some ideas about a world that in Argentina has been not erased, but undermined by the idea of the social movement, the local movement, that is political action. And I think that we have to understand that political action is not a thing that you do in like in a no space. You can make it in a territory, and by doing this, you transform the territory and the reality in a very particular way. So this is important because we have to understand how we can link this political action in the territories with all the levels of political action. Yeah? Because we think that in every corner of our planet there is a popular political action that must be taken into account when we think at the federal, at the regional, and also at the local level. So, and I want to compare two ideas that has been very important for us in these past 15 years in Argentina. That is the difference between, not the difference, but maybe the debate about resistance and renouncement. Well, since the 60s, a lot of social and political movements in Italy, most of them, they created this idea of avoid the attack of the system, not to resist. Yeah? If the system has no enemy, it's no fight. It's the whole idea. So this was a very important idea for us in the 2000s, in the beginning of the 2000s, because our system, our political and economical system were collapsed. It was destroyed. So it was pretty easy to avoid confrontation. So, yeah. So a lot of members of those social movements began to think that that was the most important idea, to avoid the confrontation with the system. It in some part works very well, in some at the community level, and in some parts it worked pretty well. But there comes another idea, that is the idea of resistance, trying to defend from those attacks and trying to resist not only in an economical way, but in a political way and also a cultural way, and trying to defend what do you think that is your rights or maybe your way of seeing the world. Well, I have bad news. I think both have failed in Argentina. So the problem was the first idea of acting at a local level, like a political action, never thought about the possibility of taking power, of the possibility of acting at the federal level. Yeah, for us it's the state. When we talk about the state, we talk about federal state. And the other one, some social movement had the ideas of going forward, but this idea of only resistance couldn't be transformed into political action and at other level, not local. So, and I think that is the main thing that I want to share with you, that we have to debate not only at the local level, we have to create political alternative for all people at all levels. I know that it sounds very big, it sounds almost impossible, but it must be done. Now, we are not facing the debate about whose model is, or whose system is the best. It's not socialism, capitalism, no. We are facing the end of our existence, or the end of our system that we know. So I think we have to change that idea of only thinking in one level, yeah, and try to go forward and link all the levels, yeah. So, and in order to doing that, I think that it's very important to create not more, but the strongest organization. We need to transform this idea of I have 4 minutes, wow. I will have to transform this idea of doing only groups of individuals. We have to create a new identity. We have to create organization, a strong organization that can create all together, yeah, a program and a strategy for the whole society. Not only for maybe farmers, workers, well, workers is a very wide concept, but farmers, maybe like middle classes, poor people. We have to get all together in one program. Of course, I am not talking about putting in that program corporation or those kind of things, but yes, all the people that is dominated by capitalism, we have to put all together to debate big ideas and to get together all in the same line. Try to organize that line. Because we have to think that we have to give to our children, grandchildren, organizations that go more than an individual life. We are not used to have this organization like our grandfather. They had this organization, 100 years organization, this labor union, at least in Argentina. So I think we have to recover that idea of creating something that is bigger than us, that is representing not only individuals, but the whole idea of society. So, and finally, I want to say that a lot of time we use, in my case, cooperatives, or associations, or cultural centers in the wrong way. And I want to say that the idea is cooperatives are only a tool. Yeah, it's only a way of doing something, not the other way around. Sometimes we are so in love with our tool that we think that is the tool that is going to save the world. Well, no. The thing that is going to save the world is politics. And also is to know what is our horizon, what is our general idea. Because if we can agree, most of us, in this general idea, this general program, this big program for for a society, for a different society, I think it's going to be easier to create new tools and to use our tools, like cooperatives, aiming to fulfill the needs of this big strategy and to build this big organization. So, and we have made this mistake that I am talking about. We did not take this road, this way, and we have paid the price. Not only by making mistakes, but with our lives. So, yes, thank you.